Welcome to BS Draftcast, where we are Brandon and Steven, and we're back at you with a Week 10 coverage with the tips, the picks, you name it, we got it. Ask us anything. Flood us with questions. We love it. As always, got my man Steven on the other line. Steven, how you doing today, man?
Doing fantastic, dude. Fantastic.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. A little sarcasm in that. I love it.
Maybe a
Yeah,
little bit.
I just been driving for 4 hours. Just got back home, so I'm ready to run this. Talk some sports, talk some football. My daughter, their team swept the competition completely across the board. They got grand champion, a free bid, so they don't have to pay to go to the championship. In I think it's in Erie, I believe, this year. So they got a free bid with the placement today being first and completely. So it's a dope ass thing to happen, especially for her in competition cheer and back home. We're ready to rock, man. Let's
Yeah, that's
dive right
badass.
into this shit. Let's dive right in. I mean, it's 8 o'clock. I ain't got nothing but time, bro. Let's dive right into. Let's dive right into. I was gonna say the Ravens and Bengals, but we're gonna dive into that second. I want to touch base on college football, bro. What is happening this year with college football? This is wild, bro. Like these upsets. It just seems like every week there's an upset. I mean, what was it? You have number four Florida losing today. You have Georgia
Yeah.
getting dominated by Old Miss. I mean, it's nuts. These upsets are crazy. I mean, can you any insight on what you think is going on in the college college ball this year that there's so many upsets and these other schools are able to compete with these big powerhouse schools? Do you think it's the NIL? Do you think that teams have figured out these powerhouse schools? I mean, what do you think it is?
Dude, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't know what it is. I mean, some of these teams are just coming out of nowhere, man. I mean, it's fun to see because it's a little more like basketball now, like with the
Yeah.
NCAA tournaments and whatnot. It's similar to basketball now, where like just anybody's just coming out here, just David versus Goliath, man. They're coming out here with their damn slingshot, and they're knocking them down. So I mean, I find it fun, but as far as like these big schools with Georgia today, with Ole Miss has been playing really well, obviously. So that one's kind of like, but it's just with Georgia, you just expect them to just steamroll everyone, But yeah, Ole Miss pulled out a big win for them today. Was it Miami? Miami lost. That was a big loss, But Indiana, man, they're still holding strong, dude. Indiana's crushing.
Yeah, absolutely. And my thing with Ole Miss and like these schools, like you see, you see these people like these schools, like Ole Miss lost to Kentucky and they lost to LSU, but then
Yeah,
they go and beat Georgia. Georgia absolutely decimates Texas. Then they go on to lose to they lose to Ole Miss. Bama goes and decimates Georgia. Then they go on to lose to Vanderbilt and another team. Like it
yeah.
just it doesn't make sense. And they lost to Tennessee. They lost a tight one to Tennessee. And obviously Tennessee's no slouch, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's like one week these teams are you're like, oh, there's that team that we're used to. We for the last 10 years have been dominant, and then you then the following week you're like, damn, they're struggling with SMJU, and you're like, who's that? What college is that? And you look at it, and it's a little like 50,000 kids college at the bottom of Louisiana. Like, it's just it's wild, and I mean I agree with you. It's exciting for for college sports. I think it gives fans a lot to cheer about, especially these small schools. It gives them a ton to cheer about because it just seems like everyone has a shot. It seems like every single team has a shot.
Yeah, it does, man. And it sucks for it sucks for the students that like didn't get their own scholarship, because now they're gonna get these NIL players and like their their rates are gonna go up, you know what I mean? Like the
You're not
student loans
wrong.
are gonna
You're
go
not wrong.
through the roof. Campus is gonna be like a mortgage. Yeah, man. So It's up and down for certain people, but yeah, it makes things a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I agree. All right. With the college talk, we didn't put any bets on college. It was just I didn't drive in and everything like that. Jacob, yeah, we've been giving out fantasy pointers pretty much every week. People ask questions and we give them their pointers. Pretty sure my cousin Jacob actually, he lives in Oklahoma. But yeah, people jump in, Jacob. They ask us about what our thoughts are with who they should start. Actually, there you go. Camden just asked at Devontae Adams or Scary Terry. Um, so we feel that we know fantasy. I mean every week we've given out uh the home run hitter. We've given out the picks. We've done fairly well. So hopefully it continues. To answer your question, Camden, Devontae Adams or Scary Terry? Scary Terry going against Pittsburgh. Devontae Adams going against the Cardinals. I personally have to go Devontae Adams.
I think I'm gonna go with Devontae too, just because Pittsburgh's defense is just so they're just stifling, man. Who the Jets
Yes,
got this week?
they got the Cardinals. That's another
Oh,
reason why I'm.
yeah, I'd start Devontae.
Edgar asked, "Is it a good idea Demarcus Robinson over Bucky Irving?"
Hmm.
I tell you what, White seems like he's been rolling the past couple weeks with. So, man, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Um, who does Demarcus have? See, my thing with Demarcus is, um, what's his name?
He's streaky as hell.
Yes, yes, he's very
That's
streaky.
yeah, that's the biggest thing. But he had a huge week last week,
Yes,
you know, and then
exactly.
he'll just disappear. But I mean,
And let's be honest, Puka Nacua got ejected uh,
yeah,
almost immediately last week. So Demarcus kind of does
fall
Demarcus kind
back
of
into
fall back this week against the Dolphins?
yeah, and two, Bucky Irving's going against the 49ers,
Right.
so it's damn, that's
For me,
that's tough.
I almost got to go Demarcus Robinson just because of the matchup for Bucky and Rashard White seems like he has been uh, really getting rolling, especially in the passing game. Rashard White has been the go to for Baker. Like he didn't do shit last week, and Bucky got the bulk of the carries, but Bucky also didn't do much of anything.
Yeah, they didn't really do much on the ground last week.
I'm gonna go Demarcus Robinson.
That's fair. Yeah, I think you can pretty much kind of honestly, it's kind of an even split. You know, it's hard to project what either one of those guys is going to do because it really depends on just the amount of touches that each individual is going to get.
Right.
Because you never know with either one of those offenses, especially with Nakua and Cup playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Demarcus. Honestly, I mean, and let's be honest, Puka Nakua, Cooper Cup, they're both one hit away from being off the field, and Demarcus Robinson steps right in. So yeah, that's who I'm going with. Demarcus. Adrian has Tank or Brian Thomas on the flex. Tank against the Lions, and Thomas against the Vikings. Damn. Um,
Okay, so I
I
feel like
know.
last week, yeah,
uh, I was just gonna say I know that they're speculating that um I know that they're speculating that T Law is out. They're
yeah.
saying that Mac Jones is getting the stuff. So I think you're gonna see a heavy dosage. What is ETN's injury designation right now?
I think he was taken off the injury report. Him and Bigsby are both healthy.
Okay.
Now BTJ is still fighting that chest injury, and it seemed to cause him some issues last week, unfortunately.
Yeah, it did cause major issues.
Because that was the question, right? Was it Brian Thomas Jr. and Tank?
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, because he said that Brian Thomas has the Vikings. So, man, I almost had to go tanked, dude.
I
It
would
might
go
be
with
a
Tank.
tank wave again.
I would go with
Tank.
Tank because Mac Jones is going to be starting, and
Yeah,
P-Law usually funnels passes to Brian Thomas, and Brian Thomas had a rough week last week, and like I said, he's dealing with that chest injury, and a healthy Tank with Mac Jones starting, they're probably going to want to run the ball as much as they can, which once again the Vikings defense is pretty solid. So, but I'd probably go with Tank.
wait. Tank against the Lions. Wait, what tank are you talking about? Hold on, Adrian. What tank are you talking about? Tank Bigsby's playing the Vikings.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about. That's why I asked you that. I was like, he said,
Yeah, I just reread the
yeah.
question.
You're talking about Tank Dell?
Oh, I bet he is. I bet he's talking about Tank Dell. Okay, yeah. When someone says Tank, I immediately think Tank Bigsby. My fault. Okay, so
Me too,
Tank
yeah.
Dell or BT. Okay, I'm still going Tank Dell.
Yeah, I think I would go with Tank. Yeah, I think I'd roll with Tank.
Nico Collins is back this week. Tank Dell's not going to be the focal. He's not going to be the number one, so he'll get some opportunities to get in the mismatch. Yeah, Tank Dell. Tank Dell, 100%. All right, Jacob asked, "You think I should trade Jonathan Taylor? He's got a hard roster schedule. Who do the Colts have the rest of the year? Let's look. Bills, Jets, Lions, Patriots, Broncos, Titans, Giants, Jaguars. I don't think that's too bad, to be honest with you. I He's not getting in the end zone as frequent as we're used to. Um, I mean, I guess it would all depend on the trade,
Yeah.
Jacob. That it would all depend on the trade, honestly. If you can give me some trade scenarios, then that we can definitely give you more insight. But I think it all depends on the trade, bro. Um, Barber asked, drop DJ Moore for Roma Duzier. Damn.
Hmm.
Roma Duzier is their leading receiver right now.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a tough one there.
I just,
Must be a small league.
yeah. My whole thing with and DJ Moore's slightly behind Rome. If Caleb would just force feed the ball to DJ Moore like Justin Fields did, DJ Moore would be going off just like he did last year. But for some reason, Caleb Williams, and granted, some of it's the line, but also Caleb Williams sucks. And we'll get to that when we get to the Bears. But I don't know if I could make that trade. That's my personal opinion. I think DJ Moore sees the end zone more than Roma Duzier. But and I love Roma Duzier. I don't have nothing against him. I like Roma Duzier. But and I get it. He's their leading receiver right now with 391, but DJ Moore's right behind him with 374. And if it's a PPR league, DJ Moore gets more targets and more catches than Roma Duzier. So that's my stand. That's the only reason why I would go and stick with DJ Moore.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I think I would stick with DJ. I mean, it's kind of a, I don't know, you kind of dropping one for the other. Like it's not gonna. I don't think it's really gonna make much of a. You know what I mean?
It's not like a huge move,
Yeah,
so to
yeah.
speak.
I don't really know how to describe it necessarily without sounding like an idiot, but yeah, I think I would hold on to DJ more personally.
Jacob Nikki, I'll get to you. I just want to follow up on Jacob's question real quick. Jacob said that he'd probably double up JT and Chris Olave for someone better like Kyron if he was to trade. So he would trade Jonathan Taylor and Chris Olave for like Kyron. I mean, if that's the trade, Kyron Williams is an end zone finding machine. I mean, he's been like that all year. He said, I also don't have a team week 12, like whatsoever. They all on a bye, and I have no idea what to do. Damn.
Oh,
I mean, depending. So this is how I'm gonna break it down. Steven, you piggyback off of it, and what's your thoughts on it? For me, depending on the situation that you're in, standings wise, if you have a shot, playoffs wise, if you're trying to claw your way back up, and if you can do a Chris Olave and a JT pick for like Kyron and maybe a slightly less star player that is going to give you 10, 12 points in fantasy for that week 12, and he doesn't have a bye week 12, obviously, like I would make the trade. If you're in a position to where you're in the playoffs, you got to hold your spot in the playoffs in your position. That's tough having all your players at week 12 buys. That's really
yeah, it is. And I personally, I've been there, and what I would look at is like, what's my record? Okay, so if I'm like, I don't know, if I have a bunch of players on a bye, we'll say it's, I got, I don't know, shit, like I'm 6-0, right? I'm not gonna sweat it too much. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I drafted a bunch of players that are on a bye. I'm undefeated, or
yeah.
I'm in the playoffs, like no questions asked. I'm not gonna sweat it. I'm gonna probably take an L this week, but I'll have everybody back next week. So that's how I've always kind of looked at it whenever I was doing fantasy league.
That's
But
fair. That's kind of what I
depending
was
on depending
saying.
on what your
Yeah.
record is, yeah, yeah, it kind of depends on what your record is, man. But for me, it's hard to really give up Jonathan Taylor, and Olave just got placed on injured reserve because of that concussion. I think it's like his fifth recorded one. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to end up going on with him.
And you might not get a lot of value out of that.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of circumstantial.
All right. So Nikki asked, "Love is on a bye. Do I play Stroud or to pick up Jones, Goff, or Tua?" I'm gonna be completely honest with you. CJ Stroud's been very underwhelming, but he got his boy back. He's getting his boy Nico Collins back. I am riding with Stroud if I'm you.
I second that. I'm surprised Goff's a free agent. But
Yeah, that
yeah,
is
I second that.
shocking. And that's the thing. Like Jared Goff, I would 100% say Goff. But my thing with Jared Goff, that defense is so insane. Like, I get it. He's not throwing for 400 yards, and his stats aren't insane because he's literally scoring from the 20-yard line or the 1-yard line or the 3-yard line. He has 3 touchdowns with like 13 yards passing.
Yeah,
And the
true.
run game has just been amazing. I'm gonna have to roll with Stroud, and the Detroit secondary has been uh, has been
Up
very
and down.
good. Like
It's been a little up and
one
down,
week,
but
yeah, one week they're the best secondary in the league. Next week they're the worst. And the Texans and the Lions is always a great game, and that's one of the. I'm glad it's on prime time, 8:20 game this weekend. So it's going to be an awesome game to watch. And I'm for me, I got to roll with Stroud.
that's same here. Yeah, I would also roll with Stroud.
All right, Carlos asked, should he make this trade? Kamara for BTJ and Aaron Jones. Ooh.
Hmm.
Kamara's getting all the usage in the world, man. Receiving, running, they're running him into the ground.
Yeah,
I,
they are. Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard for me to give up Kamara.
me too. And I don't know how long the chest injury is going to linger for um, BTJ.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's one of those.
I'm gonna just
Yeah.
stick with Kamara. Alex asked, should I risk playing Tyreek Hill, even though he's a game time decision Monday, or should he play Josh Downs to be safe?
That's a
Knowing
good question. Mike
Tyreek's going to
McDaniel
play.
said he's doing everything he can to be able to play. Um,
And Josh Downs has been very underwhelming.
yeah, he's been a little up and down. He's had a few. He's had a few big games though. He has. He's had a
Yeah, he
few
has.
big games. But yeah, Flacco last week didn't look like what we've been seeing. You know, like
Yeah, it was bad.
I think they need to start Anthony Richardson and then like a couple minutes in just bench him and then bring Joe in. I think that's how
Yeah,
Joe just needs to
yep.
play.
That's just prime, dude. Play the starting quarterback, bench him after like 2 possessions, and Joe's gonna come in one.
Yeah, don't let Joe go into the week knowing that he's the starter.
For me, I'm taking the shot, and I'm riding with Hill, just because Downs is going against a Bills secondary that literally does not give up big ball, doesn't give up a big play. So I got to go with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I think I would go with Tyreek too, and I would just kind of monitor his injury, man. Just kind of keep a close eye on it.
All right, bean, sand, cheese. Here we go
Huh.
again, dude. Uh, BTJ or Cortland Sutton?
Cortland Sutton's been playing pretty well with
He's been playing
old
very well.
old
Yeah,
Bo over there.
yeah, he has been playing well. I'm going Cortland. I'm going Cortland, man.
I think I want to go with Cortland too. I mean,
With Mac
man,
Jones at quarterback, bro, nah, I'm good.
because the Jags are playing the Panthers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Jesus
You
Christ.
have the absolute worst offense, 32 in the league, going against the absolute worst defense. It's going to be great.
Yeah, they're gonna have to shadow BTJ with JC Horn or something. I mean, they got to do something with that because oh my god. But
Yeah,
damn, yeah,
I'm
like that
going
is like a
Sutton.
prime matchup for
Yeah,
BTJ
it
too. It's
is.
just
Yeah.
the damn chest injury. I can't tell if it was bothering him or if he just had a bad week last week. It's hard to
Right.
tell.
And I mean, and you think about it, he has Mac Jones, the quarterback. So,
Yeah, he has Mac Daddy, dude.
um,
Roll Tide.
yeah, he definitely is Roll Tide. Definitely
We
is
don't
Roll
claim him.
Tide.
We don't claim him.
Andre asked, pick one: Debo, Puka, Josh Downs. I'm gonna let you go first. I already know who my pick is.
Puka.
Took the words out of my mouth. I mean, you could coin flip if you wanted to, Debo or Puka, but Puka getting suspended or not suspended. I'm sorry. Let me retract that. Puka getting ejected from the game last week. I think Puka this week is going to be Puka's blow up game. I think Puka Nakua is the move.
Yeah, I think Puka's gonna come out swinging, not like he did last week, but I think he's gonna come out swinging and try and make up some damn yards that he didn't get.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. This is horrible. Missy said, my first 3 picks were Olave, Debo, and CMC. She they lost Olave. They barely had CMC for the for the season, and Debo's been consistently injured. That's tough. Oh, that's tough.
You sound like me in my fantasy leagues.
Yeah, same here. Same here. All right, Hartley said pick 3: JT, Swift, Gibbs, Tracy. I already know my 3. This is easy for me, actually.
Uh, who were the first two?
Jonathan Taylor and DeAndre Swift.
Damn. Dude, listen, this could be a bold statement here, but I think that Tracy's going to have a big game against the Giants defense.
That's my
I mean, I'm sorry, not the Giants defense, for Christ's sake.
against the
You know what
Carolina
I mean?
Panthers. Yeah.
Yeah. Carolina. Yeah. Yeah, Carolina.
That's my one lock, and then I'm going Gibbs, and then I'm going JT.
Yep, I'm with that. Yeah, I want to go Swift just because he has been playing really well, but yeah, I think that's what I'd roll with too.
JT, Gibbs, Tracy. Lock it in.
I think Tracy's gonna have a
Caleb,
big game.
appreciate the follow, man. Ben, appreciate the follow. Caleb asked K9 Mooney for Dell and Kamara. Damn. Now we're talking.
Yeah, K9's my boy, man. I love Kenneth Walker.
Stephon, obviously out. Tank Dell. I mean, that's the duo from last year, bro. Nico and Dell. The Saints are ass, though, bro. Damn. But the Darnell Mooney is like, you're upgrading receiver wise, and you're kind of going lateral with the running back. I gotta make that trade. Not I just said it out loud. I gotta make that trade.
Yeah, I think I might too. Yeah, I think I might too.
I love Kenneth Walker, man, but you're moving lateral with him and Kamara gets more touches in the
Right.
passing game than K9 does. And I mean, you got the duo. CJ is gonna get right. I'm calling it. It starts this week. CJ's gonna get right. Tank Dell's gonna be involved heavy with Nico coming back. He's not being shadowed. Number one. I gotta make that trade. 100%. Bijan Robinson or David Montgomery? Oh my god. Who the Falcons got? That's Saints defense. Dude, Gibbs has been going off.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Bijan.
I'm going Bijan too, bro. I love David Montgomery. What is it? Knuckles and
Sonic and Knuckles.
Sonic and Knuckles. Knuckles has been going off, bro, but I got to give the lean on Bijan just because Bijan seems like he's been finding traction, and if Gibbs starts rolling, David Montgomery's gonna get shadowed. So I gotta go Bijan. Dylan asked, Pickens or Tyreek?
Hmm.
I'm a Steelers fan if anyone doesn't know this. But bro, that Commander secondary isn't as bad as everyone said they were. I'm just gonna say that for one. Russ does throw that deep ball to Pickens at least 3 to 4 times a game, and he somehow comes down with 3 of the 4. But bro, that Los Angeles Rams defense ass. And Tyreek, this might be that game where if Tyreek plays and is healthy, Tyreek explodes for 2 tuds, 100 and something yards. I'm gonna lean on Tyreek here, and that's a bold statement because GP has been going crazy. I mean, GP's been playing really well. I do think GP gets in the end zone this week, though. I am gonna say that.
Yeah, I think I would roll with Tyreek Hill. Once again, though, just keep an eye on his injury and just see what ends up coming of it. If he ends up being a
That's the bad part, bro. They don't play till Monday.
Oh, they don't play till Monday? Oh, yeah, that's true. No, I would still keep an eye on it just up until you get to the Steelers game and kind of see what the what the news is on him. Yeah, because hopefully they'll have something out soon. Because usually Tyreek will post something on social media and be like, "I'm playing." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
you're not wrong.
I would just wait till the last minute, man. See if you see anything coming from Miami or anybody, and just kind of make your decision from there. But me personally, I would kind of lean a little more on Tyreek.
Yep.
So.
Dobbins or Connor? Arizona don't give up much, or the Jets do not give up much with the ground game. It's the one bright spot the Jets have had. Who do the Chargers have? Am I dumb? Who do the Chargers have? They have Tennessee. Oh, J.K. Dobbins, bro.
Oh, they got Tennessee. Yeah, I'd roll JK.
Gabriel asked, rate my running back. CMC, Hall, Henry, Chubb, Tyrone. Rate your running backs. Did you do a like 2-team draft? Because that shouldn't even be possible, bro. That's a
Yeah, that's a flex. That's what that was. He knew it was A+. That's A+. That was a flex.
A+ all day. And then Gabriel asked, Bo Nix or Tua? Denver has the Chiefs. I am going Tua.
Yeah, I'm going with Tua.
All right. We'll hold off on all the questions for now. You can post them in here. I'll make sure that I get to them. We're going to cover a couple games, and we'll jump right back into the questions. Appreciate everyone that asked already. We love to answer some questions, fantasy related, anything. I mean, anything football related, you can ask us, honestly. So let's dive right into it, man. Baltimore Bengals. Baltimore obviously squeaks one out. Bengals go for 2, try and get the win. The rest is history. The big one that has been going around is the no call face mask. 3 of them, blah, 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 so on and so forth. It seems like it's every single week, but in the same sense, I'm going to let you take over. This is your team, and we both said it. Like, we're tired of hearing about it, and there was another play that happened that I'll let you touch base on. And, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible. All right, so the face mask that everybody's posting.
I said, yeah, TikTok.
Right? Yeah, dude, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, TikTok. See that? Okay, so the face mask calls that everybody keeps pointing to. Listen, I'm not going to say hundreds, but I can probably go back over the course of the first 10 weeks, 9 weeks, whatever, and find the amount of times a player's hand has brushed against somebody's face mask. Yeah, typically that's something that gets called. I'm not going to sit here and deny it. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. You know, it's hands to the face mask, whatever. And everybody's like, oh, there's 3 face masks in one play. The 2 they don't even count. Like that's a freeze photo where you just timed it and took the picture or just stopped the video. You know what I mean? So I don't count that. The one on Burrow, yeah, probably could have threw a flag on it. I'm not going to sit here and deny it. So that's neither here nor there. First and foremost, it was a much needed win against Cincy. It's always a tough game, no matter what. But now on to the bad. Okay, so let's roll it all in together, and we'll just iron it out, and then you say what you got, and then we'll just keep chugging along because this thing's still fresh with me. It's still aggravating.
Oh yeah.
So on to the bad. With the Ravens, penalties have been killing us. Pass defense has been absolutely atrocious. I mean, abysmal, worse than I've ever seen from our defense, possibly ever, and I'm not exaggerating. We've been killed through the air. We've given up big plays to every offense with the exception of a CeeDee Lamb-less freaking Cowboys offense, you know? So that to me is just a wash. But we have been giving up plays all season. We've been great against the run. Phenomenal against the run. Number 1 in the league against the run. I don't even sweat the run. Don't even care about the run. That's what makes me wonder, why can't we protect against the pass? Nobody's drifting in their zones. Crossing routes are destroying our defense. The one thing that nobody's talking about is everybody's talking about us giving up big plays, which we are at a very consistent pace on a very consistent basis. But the one thing nobody's talking about that I've noticed, especially over the last few weeks, these running backs that leak out of the backfield, they're wide open. They just
They are
stand there.
eating. They are
They're,
eating.
dude, I don't know if you got a running back playing against the Ravens and you're worried about rushing yards. That's understandable, but he's going to make it up for it in receiving. Jamar Chase had an amazing game. I'm not going to knock the dude. I love Jamar Chase.
Oof.
To me, he's probably the second best receiver in the NFL. I think Justin Jefferson's number one, but I put Jamar at two. Amazing game, but back to what I said a minute ago. What are we doing on defense? How do you
Just
not
Just
when
to
he starts?
piggyback off your, not to interrupt you, piggyback off of your running back statistic.
Uh,
Chase Brown received the most targets a running back has seen all season on Thursday, and he's seen 11 targets. He's seen the most targets out of any running back in the league on Thursday, and he caught 9 of them.
there you go. There you go.
Just wanted to throw that statistic in there before we shade it too far away from running backs leaking out of the backfield.
I didn't even watch. Yeah, I didn't even see that. That's good to know. I mean, it's bad. It's horrible, but it's good to know. Yeah, like none of our linebackers were floating with these guys. There was no even Roquan. Love Roquan, but he wasn't floating. Trenton Simpson wasn't floating. These crossing routes, they come across the field. Nobody drops back in their zone. They just have like a picture on the field of where they need to be, and they just sit there. And it's like, dude, you've got to drift. There's nobody else over there. You know what I mean? You got to stay with your guy. But anyway, yeah, just abysmal as a whole. Offense played fantastic. I mean, I can't say anything really bad about the offense. Got to cut back on the penalties a little bit, but I'll be honest with you, the RPOs and stuff, if we get an eligible man downfield, I understand. I get it. I can't imagine being an offensive lineman and knowing that this asshole's either going to run up behind me or he's going to throw the damn ball. I want to be where I need to be. So, like, I get that. But just penalties as a whole for this team, we have been getting, and a lot of it we're doing to ourselves. Some of them are ticky-tacky and bull crap, but a lot of them, we're doing it to ourselves, and it's just got to be addressed. But back and forth game, man. Joe Burrow, they got off hot early. You know, they drove up, 14 points, and
Yeah.
Lamar was able to get the offense going. Start off a little rocky, but that's okay. But I don't know, Lamar answered the call, man, and he ended up turning this game around. But as far as these penalties go, I'm here to tell you, the face mask that Brandon was talking about earlier, I hate to break anybody's hearts, man. I really do, and I'm about to. That play never would have happened. That play never would have happened if they would have called the play correctly on the Andre Iosivas fourth down conversion. I'm going to make 2 points, and now that all the emotions are out of the way, I want everybody to go back and watch that play. You can actually find that play, a great replay of it, on CincinnatiBengals.com. There's your plug. So if you go and you watch the video unbiased and just watch it, his knee is clearly down. This play was reviewed, by the way. His knee was clearly down. Not a mention of it. His knee was clearly down. They were reviewing the spot of the ball. He was probably half a yard to a yard short when his knee was down and where the ball was located. But if that wasn't enough, the ball came out when he hit the ground, and it rolled under his helmet. You can see it clear as day. So the face mask and all this other stuff that everybody keeps bringing up and like, oh, the refs bailed Baltimore out. I'm like, dude, look at the penalties in the game. Look at the penalties we had on that last drive. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's calls that get missed, dude. Trust me. I feel your pain. I've played the Chiefs too. You know what I mean? So, I get it. The hold on Gesicki, Joe Burrow wasn't even looking left. He didn't look left once. He knew where he was going already. He didn't even look in that direction. Everybody's bitching about that. The other one, it was within 5 yards. So, like, I don't understand what people are getting at with these. I get it, it's frustrating and stuff like that, but I mean, the facts are the facts, dude. Iosivas, it was. I wouldn't be so upset about it if it wasn't reviewed, but it was reviewed, and we both talked about it while it was being reviewed, and they never overturned it. And I'm
The
like,
game's over. Yeah, the game was
it's
over.
over. It was like a
And
minute
that
and 38 seconds left, I think.
at minute 38, fourth down, they had they had one timeout. The game was over.
Yeah. So, and certain Ravens fans were like, "Yeah, that Stevens interception was good." It wasn't, man.
No,
It
it
wasn't.
wasn't.
It wasn't, guys. Like, as much as I wanted it to be, it wasn't. His back foot went out before his left foot touched. It is what it is. But not going to make excuses. I'm glad we won, but at the same time, this is not sustainable. We can't play like this. We can't play like this in the playoffs, because at this point, when teams go against us, it's who has the ball last. Well, guess what? Eventually, we're not going to have the ball last,
Yeah.
and we're going to frickin' lose because our defense can't do shit. So there you go.
No, honestly, I agree with everything you said there. I mean, it's concerning what their game plan was for Jamar Chase. I mean, this man had 17 targets, and he caught 11 of them, 264 and 3 touchdowns. I mean, he just ran rampant, and they just I don't know. I don't know why they were leaving Brandon Stevens on an island by himself with Jamar Chase all night long. And I mean, it's kind of mind blowing to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is. Even when we had a safety over top, that one play, there wasn't a player within like 15 yards of the dude. I'm like,
Yeah,
this guy has destroyed us all night, and you just gave up a 70-yard pass to him? Like, Marcus Williams, what are you doing?
yeah, I agree,
Like,
100%.
I'm sorry, he's the best player on the field, dude. Can you imagine if they had T. Higgins? Could you imagine if T. Higgins was
Yeah.
playing?
Joe Burrow would have thrown for 600 yards.
Yeah, he would have broke the NFL passing yards record, dude.
Yeah, it was
Sickening.
bad. I mean, everything you said, literally, just everything that I was gonna say, and I mean, it's gonna hurt a lot of feelings, and I'm just gonna say it. I still say that Baltimore's the best team in the NFL. There's a team to beat in the NFL. Um, their defense obviously needs to figure it out. Maybe defense coordinator change something, but they continue to win, so they're not going to make that change. But someone needs to get in Orr's ass and realize, like, hey, bro, our defense just gave up 428 yards, and 264 of them came to the best player on the field, and their running back had 11 targets and caught 9 of them. Like, you got to figure this shit out, or you're gone. But I am gonna say this, like, that might hurt people's feelings, but this is really gonna hurt people's feelings. Lamar Jackson is the MVP right now. I mean, you call a spade, man. The dude has put this team on his back and is playing lights out football. He's not turning the ball over, and he has to be. He's the MVP. I mean, it's just what it is.
I'm not saying it because he's my boy, but yeah, I mean, he does something amazing at least 5 times a game, like something that just completely blows my mind, and the way he's able to, like, coming back years ago, if we were down like that, we weren't coming back, dude. We weren't, and
There was no
I know
shot.
that.
Yeah.
No, he's so much more confident now. He sees everything now. He doesn't hone in on one receiver. He sees everything now, and he's dangerous. So yeah, hats off to him. He's playing amazing ball. Offensive lines stepped up way, way better than they were a couple weeks ago against Cleveland. Like, way better. Derrick Henry he was getting his chunk gains. We got away from him like we always do, you know. We got away from him during this game, but whenever we did call on him, he picked up big chunk yards, man. He was clutch. So
Yeah.
offense
Absolutely.
is playing really well.
All right. Real quick, we'll rifle these questions off. Start one, or actually, this guy asked, should I start Downs over Hill since he might be out? You must not have been here earlier. Just pay attention to Hill. I'm riding with Hill 100% just because I don't trust Downs really at all. We both agreed on it. Julian asked, start one, Sutton, Jennings, or Cooper? You know, I kind of want to go Amari Cooper against this Indianapolis Colts secondary. I am going to go Amari Cooper. I think this is a game where Amari Cooper really breaks out for the Buffalo Bills. Any thought on that?
Hmm. Yeah, that's tough. That one's kind of tough for me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Amari too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Amari. Yeah, I was gonna say Cortland Sutton, but I think I'm gonna go with Amari.
Uh, canned ass Tua or Mac Jones? Tua, it's no question.
Yeah, as as nice as it looks for him playing against Carolina, the Carolina defense. Yeah, you
It's Mac Jones, bro.
it's still Mac Jones. Yeah, you can't do it.
No, Mac Jones is playing against the Vikings defense.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. Yeah,
But
I got all turned around. Yeah, I was thinking they were the
nonetheless,
early game tomorrow.
nonetheless. I mean, you're used to Jacksonville being early game overseas.
Yeah, I was freaking. I was like, oh, Jacksonville and Carolina. Yeah, no, okay.
All right, so this is a strict question for me, being the better on the of the two. Jose asked Steelers money line thoughts. Bro, I'll be honest with you. I don't bet the Steelers. I refuse to bet. But I don't think it's a terrible bet. I think the Steelers they play Lamar Jackson twice a year and they contain Lamar Jackson. I think they can contain Jaden Daniels. And they just added juice. I mean, think about this. All right, let me put this into perspective. Jaden Daniels been running for his life, been just taking unnecessary shots from T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith for an entire quarter. They go jogging off the field, and he's like, "Man, finally, I'm gonna have some time." Here comes Preston Smith and Nick Herbig. I mean, is there a better rotation at pass rusher than what the Steelers have right now?
I don't think so.
I mean, think about that, dude. You have TJ and Alex Highsmith, one of the best duos in the league. And TJ Watt, as we say every week, he's a game wrecker. They go off the field, and usually you're like, you might get some production out of Herbig on that left side. But now you have Preston Smith coming in. And don't get me wrong, Preston Smith's no TJ Watt. He's no Max Crosby. He's no Miles Garrett. He's no Michael Parsons. I'm not saying that. Preston Smith is a very productive pass rusher. I don't think it's a bad bet to take the Steelers to win that game outright. Because the Steelers are going to play the Commanders just like the Baltimore Ravens played the Commanders, and they're gonna give them fits. You're not going to see this Commanders team explode unless the Steelers have a complete debacle on defense like they did against the Cowboys in the second half. Any thoughts on that? You see the Steelers? You think the Steelers can win this outright?
Yeah, I totally do. Yeah, mainly just because of that defense, man. And honestly, Russ has been playing really well. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
had a
think the Steelers
week,
are really starting to get some traction, man. Everybody's afraid of the defense, but the offense, oh, they're also scoring points, man, which is nice to see.
and our boy Najee is running hard.
He is. He looks rejuvenated. Yeah, I think he's happy again.
All right, early game, 9:30 a.m. in Germany. Giants and Panthers. I don't have much to say about this game. I really, I'm not touching it. I'm not betting it. I don't have much to say. Both these teams are ass. Dexter Lawrence might have 7 sacks this game. That's all I got. Any thoughts on this game?
Hey, I said it last week, dude. Let's go Carolina. Go out there and get that win, dude. And they
I,
freaking won. I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't either. I couldn't either. But
Let's
you
go,
said it.
Bryce. Go out there and get you another win, bro.
Tampa Bay, San Francisco.
Poor Baker.
Actually, Joe just asked 49ers Cardinals over. 49er Cardinals over? You're talking about the 49 game over the 50.5, Cardinals game over the 46.5. I don't I don't like the 49ers and Tampa Bay going over 50.5. I'm not a big fan. That's not the bet that I would go with even if I was betting it. But the over for the Jets and the Cardinals, I think that's a fair shot at the over 46.5. But Tampa Bay and 49ers, this is an interesting game to me. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. But CMC's back, obviously. Big key comeback for the 49ers. But Tampa Bay finds a way to stay in these damn games, bro. I mean, Tampa Bay was right there with Kansas City. And I mean, Baker's still slinging the ball even without all these receivers.
It's
Do I
amazing.
think that the 49ers win this game outright? Absolutely. I'm not touching this game. I mean, what? Everyone has been following us since week one. That's 6.5 line. And the Panthers and the Giants 6.5 line. Bro, I'm taking the Giants 6.5, and I am taking the Buccaneers plus 6.5. So I'm taking the Giants minus 6.5, Buccaneers plus 6.5. Lock it in right now. I'm saying it. The 6.5 line is so appetizing to me. I just love the 6.5 line. I don't know why. I always have, always will. And that 6.5 line is just huge. What is your thoughts of this game? Do you think that the Buccaneers could squeak one out against this 49ers team?
Well, man, I'll be honest with you. Not everything that Baker's doing is nothing short of amazing.
Yeah.
Truthfully. Um, but no, I don't think they pull one out against San Francisco. They have Jalen McMillan, who was supposed to be basically their number one wideout for Tampa Bay. He's probably going to be out with a hamstring injury. So Sterling Shepard's going to be the number one receiver. So that team's just so injury riddled and everything, and I don't trust it. CMC's coming back, so yeah, I would. I don't think the Bucks are going to win this one.
All right. We got the Falcons versus the Saints, which, if you looked at the Saints at the beginning of the year, I'd say this could be a game. Look at the Saints right now. I'm taking the Falcons -4. I honestly don't have much to say. The Saints stink. There's talks about Taysom Hill being the starting quarterback. Uh, this team's horrendous.
Here we go again. Here we go again. The Taysom Hill experiment, man. This has been going on
Yeah.
for like 7 years, dude. Like, at some point, you just gotta. I don't know. You're not gonna win games like that, dude. You might as well try and play for the worst frickin' the top one of the top picks. I mean, come on, dude. The Saints are they're a damn mess. They fired Dennis Allen, long overdue. I've never been a Dennis Allen fan at any point, to be honest. So yeah, the Saints are just a damn mess right now. I don't. Yeah, Atlanta's going to go in and beat the brakes off the Saints.
Where I'm at with it too, man. This is a game that might shock you. With my pick, Buccaneers cash for us. Last week against the Kansas City Chiefs, we took the Buccaneers +10. They obviously end up losing in overtime. Rest is history. We make money. I don't care what happens. For some reason, the Denver Broncos always wake up to play the Chiefs, no matter how bad they are or what they're doing. And Denver Broncos are playing really well. They always wake up to play the Kansas City Chiefs. Another game I don't have much to say on because if I start going, this podcast will run for the next 4 hours because I'll be nuking on the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes finally had a game where he looked great. Patrick Mahomes had a game where he looked good. He played well. He was Patrick Mahomes-esque, what you're used to. But I am buying a couple points, and I'm taking the Denver Broncos +10 against the Kansas City. I think the Denver Broncos keep this game a close game, and I think that they give the Kansas City Chiefs fits. I really do. What's your thoughts of this game? I don't think the Broncos win, but I think they cover the 10 points.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm picking up your throwing down. I think it's a possibility, man. I mean, Denver's defense has been playing. They've been playing well. You know, they've been kind of one of those middle of the pack type of teams, man. They've been playing well. So with Patrick Mahomes and the turnovers that he's had this year, and just the amount of pressure that they've been giving up, despite holding on every single play. Aside from that, man, like the Chiefs, weapon wise, a lot of inconsistencies. DeAndre Hopkins is starting to come into his own, and Kelsey's been solid, but man, yeah, I'm with you. I don't think the Broncos win, but I think they keep it within 10.
All right. Buffalo Bills, Indianapolis Colts. For some reason, the score does not have a spread on this game. The spread that I am seeing right now is Buffalo favored by 3.5. Um, another week, Joe Burrow being the starter, and we made the joke: don't start, don't start Joe Flacco. I said Joe Burrow. Don't start Joe Flacco. Just put him in there after the fact and let him think that he's going to be the backup, and then bench your starter and let him play. Let him come in and after a couple possessions. That's when he plays his best. I think this is a game where you see the Bills just steamroll them. I mean, the Colts aren't that good, man. Yeah. I don't I don't see in any way, shape, or form the Colts even keep this close. I feel like a 3.5 spread is disrespectful to the Buffalo Bills. What is your thoughts on this Buffalo Bills Indianapolis Colts matchup? And do we know for sure if Joe Flacco's starting tomorrow?
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're sticking with keeping Anthony Richardson on the bench, man.
Okay.
um, yeah, I'm with you. They're just the Colts just aren't there yet. They're building a team, and they have some games where they come out and they do well, but the Bills are one of those top tier teams, and Josh
Some
Allen's
weeks.
been playing.
Depends on the week. Depends on the week.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's just kind of up and down for both these teams, honestly. But yeah, I don't think this is the Colts week, man. I don't.
All right. That's a bet that we're gonna be putting in. I would try to find the line at 3 and take the Bills at 3 because that half point could get you just in case the Colts do keep it close. Um, but yeah, I would I would take the Bills in this. Pittsburgh Steelers, Washington Commanders. We kind of touched base on it, man. Pittsburgh Steelers offense playing great. Defense has had some shaky moments, but they always seem to find a way to come out and when it matters most, they pull off that huge play that they need, and it either steals the game or puts them in a scoring position to go up by a couple lead, like a touchdown lead or a 2 point or a 2 possession lead. And yeah, man, the Steelers offense is really clicking right now. And I said it before, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. It just seems as if the shackles are off of Russell Wilson, and like it was Justin Fields was handicapped, is what I'm trying to say. Justin Fields was only allowed to do so much within that offense, and I mean, let's be honest, it kind of shows. I mean, I watch the games every time they're on, and I truly believe that the handicapping of Justin Fields is why this offense looks a lot more productive because they're letting Russ be the veteran and play the veteran ball that he's playing. Um, we mentioned I do believe that the Steelers could pull a win out in this game. I really do. I think the Steelers could really. come out and show out this week and against a Commanders team who's been playing very well. But I think we limit Jaden Daniels in his escapability. And I think Steelers pull off the quote unquote upset. They're the underdog in this. So yeah, I mean, I don't think running people have been running the ball very easily on Pittsburgh's defense, which is crazy to me. One week they stop everything under the sun, the next week they don't. This week they should stop the run because for the sheer fact that they didn't stop Tracy last time they played. So for me, it's a Steelers win, no questions asked. What's your thoughts of the Steelers and Commanders matchup?
Yeah, man, I'm actually with you on pretty much all accounts. I just want to say, Brian Robinson has been ruled out, so that's one less, person on that offense that they have to worry about. Which, like you said, Pittsburgh usually does pretty damn good against the run. Tracy kind of did his thing, but for the most part, they usually have the run on lock. But I think it's going to be a game where Pittsburgh's defense is just going to have to go out and do what it does, and get pressure on Jaden Daniels. And Jaden Daniels, he's handled pressure incredibly well. He's very poised.
He looks like a veteran. Let's be honest.
He does, yeah. He looks excellent. So keeping him contained, and then for Washington, man, it's kind of flip flopped. Like offense has to put up points against Pittsburgh's defense because I think now with the way Russ has been leading this offense, Pittsburgh's offense is putting up points.
Yes.
So they got to match points and they got to be able to get points scored against that Steelers defense because with the way that the Steelers offense is playing, it's going to make it tough for the Commanders defense to really get them figured out, which they're strong up front. The Commanders are. So it's mainly that secondary. I'm not sure if Marshawn Lattimore is going to play this week. I'm not sure. I haven't read anything on it yet. But
I haven't looked.
But even then, a short week, just traded for him, which I think that was a great trade by Washington. That
Excellent
fixed your
trade.
biggest need. Yeah, your biggest need on defense was in the secondary, and Marshawn Lattimore hopefully steps in and takes control of that spot. But yeah, I think Pittsburgh has a real chance in this one, dude. I really do. I think they have a real chance, and this game could really, in my mind, it could go either way.
Couldn't agree more, man. Couldn't agree more. Saquon or Isaac Guerrero starting this week? I'm not sure if you're asking if they're starting. Saquon's definitely starting, and CMC's back, so Isaac is definitely not starting. If you're asking who to start, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, huh. Yeah, I would Saquon.
it's kind of so. I don't think you're gonna see much of Isaac anymore. If I'm gonna be real with you. Minnesota Vikings, Jacksonville Jaguars. There's not much to say. Mac Jones is starting. T. Law's hurt. The Vikings are gonna smash the Jaguars. Justin Jefferson is gonna go crazy against the Jaguars. Aaron Jones is gonna go crazy against the Jaguars. This is another one of my bets. Vikings -7. Lock it in. I don't have much to say just for the sheer fact that the Jaguars are atrocious. And Mac Jones is starting. There's that.
Yeah. Vikings fans, I've said the last couple weeks not to panic. If you guys lose to the frickin' Jaguars, it's time to panic. All right? Especially in the state that they're in. If you guys lose to the Jaguars, then yeah, go ahead and hit that panic button, man. But no, I think that by all means, yeah, I think just stop. They got to stop the run with a healthy ETN and a healthy Bigsby. Just stop the run, dude. But Minnesota should come through with this with really no issues. I wouldn't think.
I don't see anything unless it comes out that the whole offense is sick and they can't play. Then I might flip my bet, but Vikings -7 is definitely hammer that. Chicago Bears versus the New England Patriots. Oh, Caleb Williams. Listen, I'm sorry, Bears fan, but this man sucks. He is, dude. He's terrible. And I get it. He had a couple weeks where he looked pretty good. You're like, okay, Caleb Williams, all right. And then he went against a Cardinals team who has been floundering, and realistically, let's be honest, they're 5-4. They could have take away 3 of them wins and put them on the loss side. And this dude went 22 for 41 and like 100 and something yards. And their defense isn't that great. Or no, I'm sorry, he threw for 217. I lied. He threw for 217. That's my fault. Sorry, Caleb. But he's ass. He sucks. The Bears are bad in the Justin Fields situation. Maybe the Bears should have called Pittsburgh and tried to trade for Justin Fields back before the deadline. Obviously, that didn't happen. But I'm sorry, dude. I mean, Caleb Williams sucks. He's right there with Daniel Jones. The Bears are -6. I ain't touching this game. I'm sorry. I'm not. This game is. No, I'm good. I'm good. It's a bait game.
Yeah.
It's a bait game, bro. Don't take the bait. Very easily could the Patriots just sneakily just lose by a last-second field goal. And let's be honest, the Patriots have, against bad teams, the Patriots keep the game close. Against good teams, they get blown out. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. You get the rookie matchup, though. You get the rookie matchup.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I guess that's
You
one bright side of it.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it'll be an okay game, but yeah, the Bears are starting left tackle. Braxton Jones is out. Kyron Megadije, their backup left tackle's out. Darnell Wright, their starting right tackle's out. Daquan Brisker, he has a concussion. He's out. So
if that offensive line didn't need more help either, I mean, holy shit.
But it couldn't have happened at a better time, considering the fact the Patriots have 0 pass rush. So it couldn't have happened at a better freaking time. Go figure. So, man, thinking back to earlier when we were talking about the pick 3 running backs, dude. With the offensive line being that kind of shape, they may not want to pass the ball as much, dude. They might be trying to pound the ball at DeAndre Swift.
You're not wrong.
With all them injuries, yeah, because I was just looking at the injury report for the Bears. But,
I mean, even with those injuries, though, I mean, is DeAndre Swift going to do anything?
Yeah, exactly. Are they going to get any push up front? You know, so yeah, I don't know. Both these teams are banged up, dude. They both
suck.
The Bears obviously have a way better
dude.
defense.
They both suck.
Yeah, Caleb Williams is just freaking. I almost dropped the F-bomb. Yeah. I think there is a chance that New England could win just because Drake May gives them the best chance to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game, like Brandon said, I wouldn't touch it.
Hey, our boy Logan's back, man. He's been around with us every week asking us for fantasy football.
Oh, yeah, he has been.
Glad to see you back, Logan. And he got a question for us. He said, fellas, do I start Hawkinson or Pitts? Bro, flip a coin. Kyle Pitts has been going off, and TJ Hawkinson has a great matchup against the Jaguars.
Yep. I agree 100% on that. 100%.
Flip a coin. I mean, I can flip one for you right now.
Yeah.
Heads is Hawk, and Kyle Pitts is. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Right on the live stream. Hang on, we're gonna do it right here.
Yeah, I would do it, dude. Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna do a randomizer just for you, Logan. I'm gonna do a randomizer just for you. 1 second. All right. Let me set this thing up. All right. We're gonna go with. I accidentally spun the wheel, so you guys hear clapping right now. It's my bad. All right. Hawkinson hits. All right. 50-50 wheel right here on the stream. All right. You ready? This is who we're going with. There you go. Here's the randomizer. The randomizer said Hawkinson. Randomizer said Hawkinson. I do agree with you though. That TJ did look a little scary coming off his injury, but also, you got to think it's another week under his belt. He looked pretty good. I honestly can't. I can't think you. I don't think you can go wrong either way. I really don't. And against Dallas, Kyle Pitts actually fell off the map. He only had one target. I'm gonna go Hawkinson. I'm gonna agree with the randomizer on this. Appreciate you, man, coming in every week, bro. We appreciate that.
Yeah, man, 100%. Thanks, Logan.
Reg asked, trade Harrison Jr. and D Hop for Hawkinson and Lockett. Absolutely not. Hell no. You see what D Hop did against Tampa?
Yeah, I
Hell
don't think I'll do that either. Yeah, I think he's gonna be Patrick Mahomes' like true number one.
And Marvin Harrison Jr., I see what you're going with this, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is literally one play away from a touchdown every single week, and they sometimes it's not Kyler Murray's job to get him the ball. And we said it. Call of Duty came out, bro, and Kyler Murray has fallen off. Except for last week, he did have a good game, but the Bears suck. So
Yeah, I mean, like, did he though? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Preston asks, Cardinals defense or Pittsburgh's defense? Pittsburgh's defense, man. No question.
Yeah, I think I'll go Pittsburgh.
Cardinals against the Jets, star-studded Madden Ultimate Team receiving core. No, I'm good. I'm good. That's a hard no for me.
Yeah, watch Aaron Rodgers for like 5 picks this week.
Oh, I'll die. I'll die. Joe George asked, Purdy or Hurts? Oh, never mind. I lied. Jalen Hurts. Eagles got Dallas.
Yeah, I'd go Jalen.
Jalen Hurts. Appreciate the follow also, Joe. Appreciate you, bro. Chargers Titans. Another game that Chargers, man. The Titans suck. Will Levis sucks. Mason Rudolph sucks.
Yeah, they're starting him this week, dude.
I mean, have you watched Mason Rudolph? I'd go to free agency.
You know, it's funny. Like, I saw a dude comment. I can't take credit for this one. I saw a dude comment on Facebook. Man, he freaking said, there was the post about Will Levis going to be starting this week, and the dude said, "Good." He said, "We need the best shot we can get to get the first overall pick." Dude, I was dying.
Hey, that's solid. That is solid.
Hey,
you should have taken credit for that.
Yeah, it's real, dude. It's real, though.
It is real.
Yeah, that's God's honest truth. If you're trash, like, I don't want to see teams tank just because that takes the spirit out of the game. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, dude, if you're freaking garbage, you know, like, there's no point in finishing 500 or whatever just to get a middle of the pack pick and not get shit to help your team. You know?
But bro, think about it. Think about this, right? Think about this. Your team's ass, right? Titans are ass. They suck. You're basically the number 1 overall pick, right? But say you're the Chargers, sitting at 5-3, which isn't a terrible number. that team's not that great either. Let's be honest here. And you're sitting at 5-3. Like, damn, we wanted to start losing some games, but how can we lose to the Titans, bro?
That is true. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I think the Titans, man, they're starting to get healthy. So
It don't
offensively,
matter.
they're starting to get right.
It don't matter. They got Tony Pollard as a running back, bro. It don't matter.
I'm at the
And they.
Chargers. I'm at the Chargers.
Oh, okay, okay.
They're getting
Chargers.
Tajay
Okay.
back. They're getting Tajay Spears back too. So that'll help kind of, but
Yeah,
Titans are
Chargers win this game. 7.5 points is a lot for a team that's going to run the living hell out of the ball. I'm not touching this bet, but Chargers win this game with ease.
I hope Will Levis puts out a meme. Another
I
meme
hope he.
performance.
Yeah, same. I'm guessing your name is period. Like it's literally just looks like a period. Quentin Johnson or Wandell rest of the season. Quentin Johnson's been getting his, man. Coming back off of that injury.
He has too, man. It's nice to see Quentin doing something.
And Quentin's got a favorable matchup this week. He got a favorable matchup next week. He has a great matchup in 3 weeks against the Ravens. I'm going Quentin. I'm going Quentin over Wandell.
Agreed.
And we appreciate the follow, brother. Appreciate you dropping follow, man. Logan asked, do you think Nico's coming back this week? That is the rumor right now. Nico Collins is back. Which I hope. Back. Because even though I'm a diehard Steelers fan, bro, the Texans are so fun to watch when he's on the field. And I want the Texans to have I want them to have a good team playing this Lions team. I don't think that the Lions, we're going to get to it, I don't think that the Lions lose this by any stretch of the means. But I want it to be a game, bro. I want it to be a game, be in the 8 p.m. game. But yeah, I think that is the general consensus that Nico is back this week. To answer your question, Logan.
Yeah, it says Texans activated wide receiver Nico Collins from injured reserve, expected to start week 10.
Oh, there you go. There's your answer. Hot off the press, Logan. Hot off the press, brother. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Dak has been placed on injured reserve and is done for the season. He has to get surgery on his hamstring, which I can't think of anything worse.
And let's be honest, Dak sucked all season anyway.
He has. Yeah. Dude, the Cowboys have sucked all season. I mean,
hey, they got that boy Cooper Rush coming in and starting, though.
They're getting Micah Parsons back. I mean, if you want to take any solace out of anything. But, dude, honestly, I'd probably let him sit another week, dude. Be like, you good? You sure you're not a little sore? You know what I mean? And you just sit.
You trying to chill for a minute?
Yeah, dude. The Cowboys freaking suck. I mean, year after year, dude. We talked about it when Mike McCarthy got the job. It's like, you go from Jason Garrett to Mike McCarthy. That's a lateral move, bro.
Yep.
Like, that is a lateral move. Mike McCarthy had one of the best offenses, one of the best teams, arguably in NFL history. Like, the best just all around. And this dude won one Super Bowl. Like, he didn't do shit. You know what I mean? He won one Super Bowl off of a stacked-ass roster that frickin' Mike Holmgren put together. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not a Mike McCarthy guy, obviously.
Yeah.
But the Dallas Cowboys and the problem with the Cowboys is the same thing it's always been. It's Jerry Jones.
Yep. Always will be.
Jerry
It's like
Jones.
the Al Davis effect.
It is. It's just like the Al Davis effect, man. They're set in their ways. They're used to how they used to do it back in the frickin' 80s or whatever. And it's not, dude. The game has changed. It's passed you by. Get a damn GM. You're making terrible frickin' decisions. You're giving away draft picks. You got frickin' Jonathan Mingo. They go and get him, and I like Mingo, but they gave up like a fourth round pick whenever other people were giving up. Like we gave up like a fifth or something, a seventh round pick for Deontay Johnson. You gave up a fourth round pick for freaking like, come
For
on,
an
dude.
unproven person.
Yeah, like you're out of your mind, dude. Like Jerry Jones he's the problem with the Cowboys, and that's just that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And you know, it's funny you mentioned that name, Deontay Johnson. So, uh, period asked, or he stated, uh, Quentin is on the waiver, and he has Leggett, Deontay, Wandell. He's trying to figure out who to drop. Steven, you want to answer this question for him?
Okay, hold on. Can you repeat the question?
Quentin Johnson's on the waiver. Right
Yeah.
now, his receiving court is Leggett, Deontay, and Wandell. Out of the three, he's trying to figure out who to drop to pick
Oh
Quentin.
man, I hate to say it,
Just
but I'd
say
have
it.
to go with Deontay, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have to go with Deontay, dude. God
Yeah,
dang, man.
I'm the same way, bro. Deontay Johnson. Uh,
I hope I end up being wrong, bro. But like right now,
if you need points, get rid of Deontay because their offense is playing way too well without even though they traded for him and Wallace exploded. Obviously, he had the big touchdown, but they might be like, damn, thank God we only gave up a 7th-round pick for this guy because we don't even need him. But I gotta say, drop Deontay because Leggett is playing well. Wandell sees a lot of targets and he's in the screen game a lot. Deontay's the odd man out for me. Eagles and Cowboys. Back to it. The Eagles. Oh man, the Eagles. I bet them last week. They screwed me. We were on a hot ride with the. We were on a hot ride. I just want to make mention that the Eagles blew a 22-point lead. We took a -7. They blew a 22-point lead to let the Jacksonville Jaguars come within 5 after they missed a field goal. To mention that as well, they would have been up 8, and they missed the damn field goal. If you can get the Eagles -7 against these Cowboys, and this is going to be the week that I say it, if the Eagles lose this week again and cost me this bet, they are banned for the rest of the season. That being said, Jets and Cardinals. Cardinals destroyed the Bears last week. But another team that I think is terrible, and I think that the Jets are starting to click like we thought they would to begin with, and especially once they got Devontae. Aaron Rodgers looked comfortable last week. Garrett Wilson hasn't missed a beat, which has been truly shocking. And Garrett Wilson, the catch last week, holy shit.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's right now,
Michael
that's catch of
Jordan.
the year.
Yeah, that was sick.
So for me, I'm taking them. Taking them, man. Hey, bro, man, much respect for that comment. Period just said, that's my bench receivers. I just want to make that clear, laugh out loud. I appreciate the in-depth response, and I love the content. Keep it up, gentlemen. Bro, we appreciate that, bro. Hats off to you. Appreciate you, man.
Damn, that's really cool. Yeah, thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I think the Jets are rolling, bro. I really do. I think that you're going to see them pushing some wins together. Jet -2 is disrespectful as hell. And I'm hammering this line. Absolutely hammering this line. I am taking the Jets -2 What is your thoughts of this game?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think the Jets I think they're starting to get right on offense. They're starting to click. They're starting to really they're finding their identity. So I think it's going to be another week where they have a soft defense that they can try to just keep building towards what they're trying to get going offensively. And then with the Cardinals, dude, we say it every freaking week. Every week we say the same damn thing. Which Kyler Murray are you getting? If you get good Kyler Murray that's out there scrambling and making these throws and isn't hesitant and actually is seeing the field and seeing Marvin Harrison Jr. running down the field with his hand up wide open, when you get that Kyler Murray, this could be a really damn good game. But then when you get the other Kyler Murray that just, quite frankly, just doesn't look like he wants to be there.
Yep.
You don't know what you're going to get with the Cardinals, man. And it all falls on Kyler Murray. But I can see a lot of James Conner. I'm trying to pound the rock with him. He's been playing really well this year, but I think the Jets, they're getting going on offense, man. So it's a lot of firepower. I don't know if the Cardinals keep up.
Yeah, I agree. So there's the lock of the weekend. The night game that we touched base a couple times tonight on them. Detroit Lions versus the Houston Texans.
I can't wait for this game.
I think it's going to be an awesome game, especially with Nico back. And I'm
I
going to
wish
be
Will
honest, man.
Anderson was playing.
Yeah, bro, it's unfortunate. So, Detroit Lions -3 all day long. I've been riding Detroit Lions money train all year long. And that money train has paid anyone that's followed us. That money train has made us a ton of money. Along with the Baltimore Ravens money train, except for the last 2 weeks. I hope it's a good game, but I hope the Lions win by at least 4 points because the line's 3.5, and that's where I'm taking them. I just don't see this offense slowing down. This offense has just been on an absolute tear. And I don't think they slow down against Houston. The Houston defense hasn't been that great this year, which is actually really shocking because, I mean, let's be honest, the Houston Texans highlights, but yeah, the offense was real. The offense looked great last year, but at the same time, the defense was playing outstanding. So I think the Lions keep rolling. I think that run keeps rolling, and when Jared Goff has to throw the ball, he's as accurate as anyone in the league, and I think that's where I stand, man. What's your thoughts with this game?
I'm interested to see how Nico Collins does coming off the injury, just to see if he immediately starts clicking with CJ and see if he has any rust to knock off. I think if he's able to come out there and play it, I'm not going to say necessarily the level that he was, but come out and be able to be productive and put up, big numbers, get in the end zone type of deal. That could be huge for Houston, man, because the Detroit Lions right now are just rolling. I mean, I know you said Baltimore, and as much as I want to say Baltimore just because of the way that our defense is played, I feel like Detroit might be the best team in the NFL right now. I mean, just they're all in sync with one another. Obviously, losing Hutch was a huge blow, but
they
traded
did
for
get
Zadarius Smith.
Yeah.
Traded for Zadarius Smith. Nobody's going to take Aiden Hutchinson's. Nobody's going to replace him. I mean, Max Crosby maybe. You're not getting T.J. Watt, sorry, but like they could fill his spot. But Zadarius Smith, it's more juice to come off the edge, so that was a big pickup for them. But man, the way the Lions are just rolling through teams right now is really impressive. So I'm really looking forward to this game. I want to see C.J. Stroud I want him to have his big game. I want him to be able to. I want to see the C.J. Stroud that we've seen last year. I want to have a big game from him. I want to see a lot of Joe Mixon. So like I said, Will Anderson's out for this game, so that's a pretty big blow for the Texans defense in its own right. But I think it's gonna be a really good game. But man, I think Detroit's gonna squeak this one out.
Do you think they cover the 3.5 spread?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because, like you said, the Texans' defense has been kind of up and down. So, yeah, I think they do.
I honestly see this like mm, a touchdown game. I could see this like a
Me too.
touchdown game.
Yep. Yeah, me too.
All right.
But if Nico comes out swinging like he was, man, shit, it could get out of hand.
Woo! Buckle up. Buckle up. All right. Monday night. Last game of the week. Miami Dolphins, Los Angeles Rams. I know Tyreek Hill injury designation. You mentioned it earlier. What was how did you say it earlier?
Basically, they said that he's doing everything he can to be available and be able to play.
Okay. Um,
It's really
I
weird.
like.
A lot of wrist injuries this week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I I lean heavy on the Dolphins +2. I like the Dolphins +2 this week. I like the Dolphins to come out. And let's be honest, the Dolphins ain't doing shit this year. They ain't going to the playoffs. I mean, that's just unfortunate injury to Tua has cost them the season. They're 2-6. I mean, hey, crazier things have happened. They could go on a crazy run, but they lost to Buffalo. They lost that tight one against the Cardinals. If they would have won the Colts in the Cardinals game, they might be in the talks. But they do have a next 3 games favorable, I guess you could say. Maybe the Rams is a tough matchup, but then they have the Jets, the Texans, and the 49ers. And the Packers in a 4-game span.
Ooh.
So it's brutal. It's not as brutal as Pittsburgh, but do the Dolphins come out and try and get that? Like we talked about start tanking to try and maybe get something get a high pick. I don't know, but I think the Cardinals give the Rams fits. I'm sorry, the Dolphins give the Dolphins give the Rams fits. And honestly, this game could be an absolute gunslinging, like just explosion of offense. You say it every single week that we talk about the Rams. Matt Stafford finds a way every week, and it has shown. It definitely has shown. What's your thoughts on this game? Especially with the
I,
team, and I want to make mention of this, especially with a Rams team that is a very sneaky 4-4 and on a 3-game win streak.
Dude, the Rams, man, it's one of them teams, myself included. You see them coming up on the schedule, and you're like, but they're low key getting it done, man, and they're getting their guys back, they're getting healthy and everything, and Matthew Stafford's he's just
He's
playing ball,
slinging,
dude.
dude. He's
Yeah,
slinging the ball.
Matt Stafford's just out he's just out there playing ball, dude. Like Whittington was really benefiting, with Cup being out and Nakua being out and everything, and then Demarcus Robinson was dabbling in, and he's just spreading the ball around, man, and Matthew Stafford is playing really good football right now, man, and they're all that offense. They're all just in sync with one another, so it's really hard to get them out of a rhythm, especially the way that Stafford's just able to. He kind of knows what his receivers are thinking, and he can put the ball anywhere. So
Yeah.
can't sleep on the Rams, dude. They don't look great on paper when you look at them, but the reality is, man, they're playing pretty damn good ball. And like I said, they're getting healthier and they're coming along. So I think it's actually be a really good game, like you said. I think this could end up turning into a shootout.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Any side you lean on? Do you lean on the Rams to win this game or the Dolphins to win this game?
this might shock some people, but man, I think the Rams might squeak this one out, dude. I do. I think the Rams might pull this one out. I think Nakua is going to come back, and man, that could really turn the Dolphins upside down.
I respect it. I
I
respect
would
it a
like to see
lot.
the Dolphins win though, but man, I don't know. The Rams they're cruising right now.
They are. They absolutely are. I respect the hell out of it. We both obviously had leans a lot of the same way with a lot of these games, and I mean, sometimes some weeks it's like that. This week was pretty and dry for me at least, and I feel. I mean, we both agreed on the same aspect of a lot of things, other than this Monday night game. So we'll see what happens Monday night. But any closing thoughts, Steven?
I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. Thank you guys for all the questions and stuff. We do appreciate it, and we hope we steer you guys down the right path. Obviously, we're not going to be right, on every single pick, but
We've been
um,
damn close.
we've been close, man. But yeah, just keep an eye on them injuries, man. There's a lot of injuries. It's the middle of the season, so you'll see a lot of those pile up over a period of time, nagging injuries and more serious ones like we talked about Amari Cooper earlier. Apparently, he's questionable with a wrist injury. Um, so Keon Coleman's out with a wrist injury. So there's a lot of injuries going on right now, man. So just keep an eye out, keep an eye on the lines, and see who pops up on the injury report, man, and go with your gut, man. Don't necessarily listen to us. We'll try and point you in the right direction, but if you think you got a better option, man, just go with your gut.
Absolutely couldn't say it better, man. We appreciate every single one of you that followed, everyone that commented, everyone that was in here. The bets for this weekend. I know I mentioned the Giants and Panthers -6.5. It line already moved. I like to think because I gave that pick out, everyone jumped on the money train and moved that line with the amount of money coming in. The Giants moved to -7, so they're trying to get more money on the Rams now, or on the Panthers now. I am going to throw a small bet on this, just something to enjoy and watch the game while I'm working on a buddy of mine. I am going to go with I'm going to get the line down to 6.5, and go with the Panthers to cover the 6.5 points. So we got Panthers 6.5. We got the 49ers 6.5. We have the Falcons -4. I've seen that line lower. I've seen them as low as 3. If you can get them at 3, it's a huge win. The Bills -3 to 3.5. I like the Vikings. I actually seen on FanDuel while we were doing the podcast. It was down to 6.5. So a lot of people are banking on Mac Jones, which is kind of crazy to me. If you can get a 6.5 or 7, take the Vikings. Philly -7, Jets -2, and Detroit -3.5. That's 7 picks this weekend, and I don't ever go over 4 to 5. So just to recap: Panthers -7, or I'm sorry, Panthers +7, 49ers -6.5, Atlanta Falcons -4, and this is just numbers on the screen. Buffalo -3.5, Vikings -7, Jets -2, Eagles -7, Detroit Lions -3.5. That's 8 picks. Lock it in, parlay it together. Let me know how you did, and let's make some money, man. Let's make some money this weekend, and let's hope for some good games. Some good games, because the slate doesn't look great, but let's hope for some good games that are bearable to watch. We appreciate everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Catch us next week with Week 11. I'll post the picks on TikTok and on Facebook, like I always do. See you guys in the next one. We are BS Draftcast because we are Brandon and